What's up, guys? I'm gonna unbox and review the Rictor 1S electric scooter. This is going to be more on the budget end of scooters, small, compact, portable. All right, so here's everything that comes inside the box. We'll start with the power supply. It is 100 to 240 volts. Output is 42 volts at 1.5 amps. If you multiply those two numbers, it should be 63 watts of power. That's what the plug itself looks like. We got a quick start guide with some info in here. We got the extension if you want to pump the tires. We got some screws for the handlebar. We got the Allen wrench for that. We got an aluminum phone holder. And then we got some stickers and stuff for that. So I'm assuming this goes here so it'll grip better and stuff. For the controls, we have our rear drum brake, we have our bell. So if you tap this once, it turns on. If you hold it for a few seconds, it will turn off. So if you tap it and press it on, it says S right now. If you click once, it'll go to D, which is the standard mode, and then back to S, which is the sport mode. If you double tap, it'll turn on the lights. If you double tap, it'll turn off the lights. If you triple tap, it'll go to the walk mode, and yeah, tap it once again, it goes back to the riding mode. And then we have our throttle right here, and right now it's on 0 start, as you guys could see. So there are a few things you can do with this. So first of all, when it first comes, it works with the NFC. So if you tap it here, it'll turn on, and if you tap it here, it'll turn off. And in fact, you actually need to use the NFC when you first get it, until you get the app. Now when you get the app, so with the light setting, we can turn it on and off from here. We can also put it on auto. So this is the page that you get most of the settings right here. So you click on light settings, again you could turn it on and off. So you could also do auto sensing, and when you turn on auto sensing, then if you double click this, it actually won't turn on the lights or turn off the lights because it's on auto sensing. So it needs to be off for this to actually work. And then you can enable cruise control or not. You can also set your energy recovery, and then you can have it on 0 start, or you could turn off 0 start. So if I turn off 0 start, I actually need to kick it off like a normal scooter, then hold the throttle. Riding mode, I have it on sport right now, units, mile, and then I can do NFC startup. So once I enable this, then if I turn it off with the NFC, if I try to turn it on, it won't turn on. So if I hold this or anything like that, it's just not going to turn on until I come with the NFC and then do it with the other, and then off with the NFC. Granted, I don't need to turn it off with the NFC, it's just easy. So if I turn it on with the NFC, I could still turn it off without the NFC. And when I do this, if I try to turn it back on, it still won't work until I unlock it with the NFC. I could also unlock and lock it with the app as well. To fold the scooter is pretty straightforward. You pull this red thing up, you bring it all the way down, and then you just take this down, rest it here, and then this little thing that comes out, and it goes into that spot. And this thing is honestly, it's definitely on the lighter side of scooters. It's not the lightest scooter, but it's definitely on the lighter side. It's pretty light overall. And then, yeah, I just pull this back down, and that's it. All right, so we're coming up on our first hill, and this is one where pretty much all the budget scooters do suffer on this hill. Some of them can't make the hill, some of them you need to do a zigzag, and some of them actually even make the hill, just slow down quite a bit. So let's see how this one does. I expect to zigzag with this one. Just because this is decent enough incline, and I am around 200 pounds, which is, I'm not exactly the lightest guy in the world. It obviously struggled quite a bit to get me up this hill, but it did get me up here, which is what counts. And again, if you're lighter than me, it should fare better. If you're heavier than me, then probably it's not going to be as good. I don't hear any noises, which is always a good thing. Some scooters do require a, you know, the rotor adjustment for the brakes or something, which is not a big deal. I mean, it just takes like less than a minute to adjust typically. But you know, it's nice that, you know, right out of the box it doesn't even need any adjustments. And yeah, it feels nice, it feels premium. Smoothness wise, it feels good. Pretty much what I would expect. Pneumatic tires definitely help with the smoothness of it. It does not have a suspension, so obviously it's not the smoothest scooter in the world, but it's doing pretty well overall, I would say. And the handlebar is decently wide enough. It's not super wide, it's also not super narrow, so I feel like it's a decent enough balance in terms of handling and portability, because sometimes when the handlebars are too wide, which is a good thing for handling, but it becomes a little less portable if you're popping it in the trunk of your car, for example, unless you have, you know, a big car, SUV or whatever, a pickup truck, then that doesn't really matter. But if you're putting it in, you know, a limited size trunk, that might actually, you know, make or break it basically. So on the downhill, looks like we're at 21 miles an hour, 22, and we're gonna do a brake test. All right, brakes are smooth. They're not super strong brakes. It does stop, but you know, it's not stopping on a dime. Let's do just a standard mode. All right, 10 miles an hour, 12, 13, 12, 13 is the standard mode. And then if you go to sport mode, that should take us to 15, 16 miles an hour. Yep. All right, let's do a sidewalk test. Let's get on the asphalt. All right, sidewalk was fine. We're gonna enter the park area. Let's try a grass run. All right, it is gonna struggle on the grass, as one would expect. So we're on a downhill. We are going 20 miles an hour. I've been going 20 for actually quite some time now, and it feels stable, so which is a good thing. So imagine I say that and then like I fall off. Oh, that would be terrible. All right, so let's do a brake test. So obviously if I brake it early enough, it will stop in time. I would say this scooter feels very premium for something in its price range. And then you get some bonus features. I'm not going to say these are make it or break it features, but you know, definitely a pro is you got the NFC key card. You could tap it or untap it, and if you don't like that option, obviously you could disable that as well. I did show that you could get the app and disable that feature if you wanted to. A plus to that NFC feature is there was another scooter that I reviewed that had that similar NFC thing. And the one negative on the other scooter, that now that I have this one, is that you would have to tap the screen on the other one to unlock it or lock it, which is fine, but after a while it kind of scratches the screen. Whereas with this one, it's not on the screen. And now that I know, it's like, well, it doesn't have to be on the screen. That's actually kind of a smarter design, really, that it's over here rather than on the screen. So definitely a big plus there. But you know, am I going to go somewhere and lock the scooter and leave it unattended for a long period of time? Absolutely not. If I do that, you know, someone can always, they're not going to come right away with it, you know, like get on, turn on right away, because they won't let them. But someone could come and pretty much lift it. And again, this scooter is on the lighter side, which is definitely a plus for the portability. But it's not a plus for the stealability, if that's a word. I would say overall, this is a pretty good scooter. And I really like the design of it. I really like the fact that The taillight especially is kind of built into the frame, and it looks like it's one piece. It reminds me a little bit of my Apollo Pro. Like the throttle feels good too. I should have mentioned that as well, that the throttle feels good. After I did everything, I was like, oh wait, I should have mentioned, yeah, the throttle also feels really good. All right, this time is the end. Thanks for watching, guys.